You just have to edit out the bits of his feet.
I'll just pop it back on to go out there.
Yeah, I mean, you can
really starting to ache, but clearly I haven't driven here with my socks. Oh, I might have.
Has he come in his trousers? Is that what he's trying to tell me?
Till I'm just sitting there in the undercrackers.
The thought of you in your undercrackers. No, thank you. Right.
I thought continuity was the priority. If I start in the undercrackers, we should finish in the undercrackers.
You keep your trousers on.
Right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're finally going to get on with getting Hard Times mixed. In the description below are some links to some of the previous videos we've done on this mix series. That is doing the static mix, setting up the template, dealing with reverbs and such like. But we're now at the stage where we think we've got everything ready to go for a mix. Now, one of the ways that some people do this, they might say, well, we want to mix the drums and just do a focused session on the drums. Similarly on the vocals, similarly on guitars. But there are loads of existing YouTube videos out there that show you how to do that. And as I've said before, we are not the professionals. But we're going to mix this song, and this is how we do it. And you're more than welcome to come along and see how we do it. So I think what we'll do is we'll start where the song gets busiest, which is verse 4.
Bar 47. Yeah, that kick drum, too thuddy. You need to do something about that.
Okay. Well, if you remember on one of the previous ones, we did a bit of a
carve out
between that and the bass. So we'll keep that in place, but then let's just have a quick...
Hang on, the carve out, that was actually separating the bass and the
kick drum,
yeah.
EQ.
Yeah.
So that you could hear one.
Yeah, to give each its own little space.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's brought the kick out, but what I think we'll do at the same time is we've got this bus 23 that's I'm going to use to send to a compressor on the bass group, so that every time that the kick happens we just duck the bass a bit. So that is I say 23, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I take some careful steps ahead of me. Every step designed to make the move. I'm wondering where it is I should pause and get off. But I'm still nowhere where it's at.
Probably a bit too much.
No, I'm still nowhere where it's at.
Let's also have a look at this bass.
Where it is I should pause and get off. But I'm still nowhere where it's at. No, I'm still nowhere where it's at. Under the glare of all these, every step designed to make the move. I'm wondering where it is I should pause and get off. But I'm still nowhere where it's at. No, I'm still nowhere where it's at.
So I'm putting this MV2 on because I think the bass it needs to be a bit more balanced, and the way the MV2 works is that if the level's too low it'll boost it, if the level's too high it'll attenuate it, so it creates like a more even sound.
I take some careful steps ahead of me. Every step designed. No, I'm still nowhere where it's at.
I'll put it on the wrong channel.
I take some careful steps ahead of me.
Right,
Every step
this
designed
parallel channel I want to make quite a thick bass.
I'm wondering where it is I should pause and get off.
So the bass is quite clicky, so I've got a parallel channel that I want to try and fatten up the bass sound, and then we can blend the two together.
Is that a sampled?
No, this is Nick.
So you've copied the bass onto the parallel bass.
No, I'm making a send. I'm sending the signal to a parallel track,
Right.
and then applying
I
some
see.
EQ on the parallel
Different
track.
processing for parallel
Yeah.
track.
What did he play it with? His fingers or a plectrum? Because that
Fingers,
can
I
make
think.
a difference, can't it, to that initial
It
attack.
sounds a bit like a plectrum actually.
Mm.
I take some careful steps ahead of me. Every step designed to make the move. I'm wondering where it is I should pause and get off. But I'm still nowhere where it's at.
this is a multi-band compressor, so I'm dipping out and compressing the frequency where that sort of plectrum noise would be.
I take some careful steps ahead of me. Every step designed to make a move. I'm wondering where it is I should pause and get off.
Now the kick's got a bit lost in that, hasn't it?
Sorry. I was just going to suggest that we also have a listen to verse 3, just to see how the bass and the kick are.
What's that, 20?
It's 23, bar 23.
Feel the need is all embracing. And so we cover up my lies.
I think there's a sort of a characteristic of that kick drum that's fairly unpleasant there. Is anybody else hearing it?
Yeah. I'm just at the moment trying to balance out the kick with the bass so that we know where we
Right.
can sit the kick drum in.
Right, yeah.
This bass is just starting.
Feel the need is all embracing. And so we cover up my lies. Mumbling something about privacy. Under the glare of
So what sound on the kick are you?
Do you want to just solo the drums and then...
Is it on the kick or is it on the bass?
I think it's the kick, but we solo the drums and we've got to see...
Yeah. I find it difficult
here.
to distinguish where those
Mm.
percussive noises are coming from.
This needs to be fuller somehow.
So that's what we're hearing.
So that's a bit rounder.
What we also have to be mindful of is for people that aren't listening on big speakers like this, we do need to get a bit of the click so that they can hear it on
the high
phone
frequencies.
speakers.
Yeah,
Is that nearer? Is
yeah,
that,
it's better, isn't it?
I thought that the clickiness came from where the kick drum and the bass coincided.
Well, we need to put
So
it
we
together
need
with the
to-
bass now, just to see how it works together.
Yeah.
feel the need is all embracing. And so we cover up my lies. Mumbling something
CLA processors, are they all Chris Lord algae? Is that?
CLAR,
That's,
yeah.
That's the,
I do like
that's
how
the
he,
acronym. Yeah.
I do like how he gets snare drums to sound. So I like to start off with one of his presets and see whether it works.
Feel the need is all embracing, and so we cover up our lives, mumbling something about privacy under the glare of all these lights.
Do you do much in light work on the snare? Because we've got the gate on, and sometimes with the gate on you'll lose.
Well, remember, there's the military style
So that's in the middle eight.
on
isn't it?
the bridge in the middle eight.
What's that?
New ideas.
The bridge
Around
is
there.
32, so yes, you could gate out all the
Yeah,
fine snare work.
as we are doing.
Marvellous.
Where are we with that accompanying bass sound? Are we coming back to that? To see, because the coincidence with that and the
Yeah, I think we're coming back to that.
Yeah. So you've got to be careful when you're doing light snare work. If you've got a gate on, then it just doesn't trigger the gate, and you can start to lose those. So we'll take the gate off on that. So obviously starts a bit further on.
Is there bleed from the hi-hat to the snare? Is
There
that
will
why
be.
we're gating the...
You're always going to get bleed on drums. Yeah. So when you switch to the smaller Adams, a lot of that real bottom end disappears, and you've got back to again more of a clicky bass. Which of course on YouTube you're not going to hear the difference because you're getting exactly what's coming out of the computer. But it is important to A/B with different speakers. So with the larger A77s, they go down almost down to I think 30 hertz.
Right.
And I've found in the past that when you've got that much bottom end, it overall the bottom end sounds really nice, but as soon as you then play it on a speaker that doesn't go that far down and you've only got the top end of the bottom end, it can sound really shocking. And that's, you know, similar really into how people might be listening to what we're doing now. They're listening on, I don't know, a pair of speakers that's on a laptop. They're going to be hearing something totally different to what we're hearing through the studio monitors.
When you said it sounds shocking, do you mean that the bass
It just
becomes less distinct?
yeah, it's
Because
just,
I was going to suggest that might need to happen and it blend better so that it doesn't affect the sound of the kick, which it does for me when we're listening through the bass responsive speakers. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because it does depend in the end what people are listening to it on. But
again, there's lots of videos on YouTube that about just balancing the bottom end, and there's an awful lot to learn from those videos. I find that if you keep moving on to different things and coming back to it rather than just keep focusing, it slowly cleans itself up. If you just try, you get ear fatigue as well, and when you're listening to the same thing all of the time, it just, the definition goes.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes better to move on to other parts of the mix and then come back, and all of a sudden then you'll start to hear things that you weren't hearing before.
Okay.
Um,
Have you
I-
saved it so far?
and I think that's an important point, really, in that the mixing should be an iterative process rather than saying I've mixed the drums, that's them done, I've mixed the vocals, it isn't. It's you do a bit on this and then that highlights another issue, so you go and sort that out, and you keep going round, and the hope is that as you go through that circle of things, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter until hopefully you've pinned it. I'm still really kick, snare and bass at the moment. So that's
Okay.
I'm still on that. I suppose what we could do is I think I'd like to put some parallel processing on the drums.